Okay, here we are back in Octopath Traveler with nothing left to do in Rippletide. Normally I used to end the videos by going to the next area. This time we're just gonna try to speed through. Now I don't know what happened to my map. There it is. So it's...
Step right up! The winds of fortune are howling!
Bring it on! That'll do her.
I am ready.
Thou didst fight with courage.
I might show that one. So anyway, your map is set to the right trigger, apparently. My controller is getting kind of low in charge, so I want to make this kind of quick. The objective of this video is Cyrus, as I mentioned, so we need to get to the next area. I spent all my money, so I need every bit Tressa can give me. And yes, that includes the stuff I got from that one side quest. So Haunted is able to gun down pretty much anything that gets in her way currently. Every once in a while I do have to sit through a fight just to make sure that her SP regens enough so that I can just machine gun the rest. So anyway, that gave me a bunch of SP back. I have a new weapon for Alphen that I got off video. So yeah, if not for the whole thing about being gated by your beasts, I would be able to just obliterate anything with Provoke right now. For the Chapter 1 segments. And the enemies here, I'm running into the same formation, which pays almost nothing. So we're getting little bits here and there. This is now what I was expecting this place to look like. Flames Grace, Alistan, Rippletide. Okay, so let's look for... what's his name again? I don't see his mark anywhere. That has me a little confused. I'm thinking this place may have multiple areas then, if this is not making it appear. Some of the later places have multiple areas as well, so something to keep in mind. Yes, I think I now know who stole that tome. Perhaps I should go have a little chat with him, just to make sure we all understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he is a scholar. This is Atlaston, nestled in the fertile plains of the Flatlands. It is home to the Royal Academy, where many a scholar studies night and day, to bring the light of knowledge to the royal family and to all the realm. He passes his days in the halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. It is in that library where he learns of Agrima's theft. Certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit, Cyrus sets out alone to confront the man in his shadowy subterranean study. He will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. So, we get our dedicated mage of the group. Put him in place of Prim. And then he has the same command as Alphen, so there's an overlap here.
And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago. Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see. I believe it was Hornburg.
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlasdam was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Hello?
Professor Albright, Mercedes from the Royal Library came by with a message for you. Seems today is your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the Special Archives.
Splendid!
Finally, I can begin my research. The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. So I see a chest down there we can have. Or not.
Professor Albright.
still here. I thought I'd missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you?
The truth of the matter is,
If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today.
But of course!
It would be my pleasure to answer anything. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
indeed.
It will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what do they worship?
Very astute of you.
However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of their religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. A shame.
The truth is...
I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that...
Oh,
How long were they there? Let's continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor.
With pleasure.
No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of a sharp and curious mind.
I thank you.
Your lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future?
Indeed.
Most admirable philosophy. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness. As I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You are far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student.
Ah,
Oh dear, I'm running late.
good day.
Pray do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
Farewell.
Ah, Cyrus. Yes? Do you have
Did
a
you have a-
question for me?
As well?
no.
I mean, no. Good day, Professor. And they kick you out of the palace for some reason. I'm not gonna talk to people until I have Alphen back. Can we actually see his skills yet? Because he should have elements, if I remember correctly. AoE fire, ice, lightning, reveal HP and weakness of a foe. So these are double taps, which are pretty handy. I wonder if I should have Alphen as a scholar sub. Thing is, I would need to get him a magic weapon then, because currently his axe is all about physical power. I'm playing as more of a healer, while the other ones play DPS. Anyway.
It's me, Cyrus.
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright here to browse the special archives. Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that an original copy of the Church of the Flame, a complete history, had been donated to the archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
I see.
You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here.
With pleasure.
Is something amiss?
Actually,
For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy. When you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. When you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy, I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
The expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
I most certainly will.
What have we here?
How odd. The tome is nowhere to be found. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright!
The headmaster would see you at once. Of all the times to... Oh well. Might I ask of you a favor? What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see.
Missing. I'll begin looking at once, Professor.
Many thanks.
My dear?
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter. My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our spiritual archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone!
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a metal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the Special Archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
Yes, what is it, Therese? It's about Professor Albright, sir. Make for the library. Post haste.
Can I help you?
Professor Albright.
A moment of your time.
Did you have any luck finding the tome?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head.
Aho!
An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. But I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed!
You could say that indeed, a habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. Must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
It's worse being a hero, don't worry. I'll not deny it. Worry not, the tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take care.
Right, thanks. Best of luck in your search.
Time to do some research.
And the game is afoot. Now where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then mayhap I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. So Cyrus can scrutinize and glean new knowledge from the townspeople. His is the rogue equivalent of Alphin's inquire. Scrutinize the townspeople for information. Let's see now. Testimony. Of course I've got a key to the archives, and no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes is all. But even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? So information gleaned, the guard situation. Most intriguing. He has a key, yes, yet he knows little of the true value of book key guards. Testimony. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guard station outside should have a key to the library archives. And that's the librarian's testimony. The key to the archives? I haven't got that, but I'm not surprised someone stole a tome considering what they're worth. I have gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. Just now we know Russell's situation. He knows the value of the tomes is burned with debt to boot. So in case you're wondering... Where am I? Oh, it's up there. I want to get Cyrus's job after this. I have a map that has all the jobs marked on it, so I'm going to be hunting that down properly instead of wandering around those damned caves. Okay, out with it. What'd you do with it? I have ways of making you talk. You know full well I have a key to the Special Archives, and that I would never be so foolish as to let it fall into the wrong hands. In the event, I have no reason to peruse those tomes in quite some time. So now I know the headmaster's situation. He has a key, it's true, the dust gathered upon it. I couldn't read all that in time.
Splendid!
That should be all the information I need to solve the case. Who possesses keys to the archives? That's the headmaster and the guard.
But of course!
Makes sense now. There are only 2 keys to the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and the other to the guardsman. Whose key is used to unlock the archives? Headmaster's? I wasn't really paying attention.
Not exactly.
So it was Dusty? Headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh!
It would be only too easy a task to lift the key off his person. Just ask Therion. He not only took the key, he took the man's wallet and gold fillings. So is it possible that the guard is our man?
No.
He would have no motive. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome, like Cyrus. Which is to say, one of my colleagues. And most likely one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which means that...
Put it all together and our villain is... peer pressure?
Yes.
Indubitably, the shifty scholar Russell. Yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
No, all that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime. We need to get here before those 4 kids and their Great Dane show up. Word has it he's been doing his research underground these days. I didn't know they meant literally underground.
Now then!
I think it's time I did some field work of my own. And so I've taken it upon myself to investigate this suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you have quite the curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries exist only to be solved. After all, it is of most importance to remember that. Ah, but there I go again. Don't let me talk your ear off, but I will be glad for your help. Let's get right to business then. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. So I should show off Cyrus' skills in case you want to see. Fireball, Fire AoE, Ice Wind, Ice AoE, Lightning Bolt, Lightning AoE, and then Double Tap, Double Tap, Double Tap. So this is why I want the Scholar sub-job on Alphen, because then I finally have my Ice AoE, then I can use this and chip away at stuff. And I'm hoping I upload the cave, the Beowulf's Cave, before this one. Because if you want to know the 2 characters who would make that so much easier, Cyrus and Ophelia. Seriously, the 2 I did not have are the ones that have the spells that would actually allow you to walk through there with some ease. Freaking figures, you know? So if we want to scrutinize... How does this work against you, I wonder? Modest man purveyor to the royal family who takes great pride in his goods, whether his customer be commoner or king, he refuses to sell something unless he deems the buyer worthy of it. Most intriguing.
Ah, yes.
Rumor has it the scholar Russell's fallen on hard times.
Tell
Last
the
I heard,
truth.
he sold his house and locked himself away in a cave under the academy to continue his research. Now that's devotion. Or insanity. Silver hairpiece. Feathered hat. Linen robe. None of these are good. Even saying they're not good is still kind of generous. So the pole mace is what I got out of that cave. In case you're wondering where that came from. Yo. He's not dodging crap, is it? Although the best armor I have for him is probably that black attire, so go figure, you know? Give him a stimulating earring. Give him a stimulating ring. Just have him with a big bank of SP. So I have 2 hardcore casters, 1 hardcore hitter, and then the healer, off mage. I don't even know what you want to consider Alpha, because he does a little bit of everything. Soul stones. Thing is, that's not what I actually need. And if I want to beat her up... Now that I think about it, this could be your 4 kids and their dog if you want to count Lind as a... Well, Hagen might be here, right? So there's your dog. Oh yeah, I have a red fox, that counts. Once in charge of protecting the king, this guard suffered a serious leg injury and was since transferred to a calmer post inside the grounds. Though the injury healed long ago, he hasn't mentioned to anyone and enjoys the serenity of his new post.
Hello?
Just south here lies the castle town. It's a lively place. Purchase. That's kinda lame for this stage of the game.
Hello.
The palace gate lies just to the north. To the east you'll find the Royal Academy where the realm's most promising thinkers receive their education, or indoctrination. No Einmer individual that passed through the palace gates escaped this guard's nose. Rumor has it, however, that his dedication is not rooted in any sort of loyalty, but is rather born of a desire to perpetuate and protect his own unscrupulous business, assigning trinkets to collectors of royal mementos. Ah, so what you got, Slick? So I'll come back to steal those later. We're gonna ransack the palace now. Was that supposed to be a chair? Or... Oh, it's a helmet. What? What do you want? I don't have anything here for you, honestly, I don't. I have ways of making you talk. A young boy who sneaks into the palace to steal valuables. He sells his spoils to provide a life for himself and is yet to be caught. In actuality, the queen has already noticed, but has turned a blind eye to his actions. I'll be taking that.
Hello?
This is the Royal Palace of Atlaston. Leave the palace and head east and you find the Royal Academy. The library lies to the west. The eldest son in a family that has served the king for generations. He takes pride in his job as a guard and would risk his life to protect the king and his palace. This loyalty is earned from the king's utmost trust. Holding a grape out on us, eh? I want to make sure that there wasn't a concealed chest or something, and... tad disappointed. Nothing here. I didn't think they'd actually let us in here, but okay.
Let's do.
Ahead lies the audience chamber. If you would seek His Majesty's counsel, pray proceed. Born in the slums of the coastlands, this guard is recognized for his skills and now protects the throne room. Despite holding the same position, he is ridiculed by the other guards simply for his origins, causing tension between the two. Oops. He's got crap.
Greetings!
His Majesty possesses a unique understanding of the scholarly pursuits.
Not bad,
He
eh?
founded the Royal Library and Academy, where nobles and commoners alike can learn freely. The son of a prominent family in Atlaston, and one of the guards responsible for protecting the throne room, rather than earning his post, however, is granted to him as he has no merits of his own. Oops, didn't mean to click that again. Wow. Even for a starting town, this is really sad. Small cup. Olive of Life. Not much ransacking to be done here, which is kind of disappointing.
Hello there.
The Royal Palace just a ways north from here. Guide with ease. I don't know what that does exactly. After the great pestilence in the Riverlands, this apothecary decided to dedicate himself to disease prevention and swift treatment. He now works together with the Royal Academy in Atlaston to create both medicine and new forms of treatment. They'll be more receptive to our guidance. Okay. So I do need a soothing seed. Found out the money is supposed to be called leaves. A little odd, but okay. Did I already go through here? Nah, I'm good. That's kind of tempting. It's just I don't want to sell anything at the moment. Pointed hat for a pointed head. Nope, not worth it. Circlet on the other hand, not worth it. This place has crap. Whoa, look at this. I found this huge egg just lying around. Isn't it amazing? Can we buy that off you? What are you planning to do with that egg? You gonna eat it? How's it taste? Keep in mind, we could steal it. Burning with curiosity, this young boy will go to whatever lengths necessary to see an interest, even if it puts him in danger. Those reckless tendencies worry those around him. The oftentimes rare and valuable items he brings back from his adventures have earned him the esteem of his friends. You have a better chance of getting a discount. Hidden item. Childhood friend of the reckless boy by her side. Being the older by 2 years, she was entrusted with watching over him. Despite his endless curiosity, oftentimes putting them both in danger, she takes her role seriously and is prepared to face whatever challenges come her way. So, what does she have?
Oh, yes!
I plan on studying hard and becoming a scholar. Don't, it's not worth it, man. Just run. Run now while you can. Kind of hoping I could get some materials for Alphen here, because I'm running low.
How fairly.
You see that library near the palace? It's filled with all sorts of historical books.
And thus,
Libraries aren't for me. My cows are my priority. A thoughtful rancher who delivers the fresh milk from his cows to his parents every morning. His parents worry for his future, though, as he dedicates his entire life to work alone. I'll take that. What do you think? I can vouch for its quality. That's not where I should be going at the moment. Let me talk to the guy, Alphen.
Hi-ho!
This is Atlaston, the largest city in all the Flatlands.
Fairly well then.
It's a city of learning where many scholars come for the purposes of study and research. New weapons. In charge of defending the castle town, this mercenary turned guard keeps a vigilant eye on those coming in and out of the gates. Once he spots a suspicious figure, he uses whatever means necessary to apprehend them. Nope. So, one new weapon appears when that happens, regardless of the town. Light Soulstone. It's the best thing I got so far. And it's usually a weapon for the character here, so the Mage Staff is now an option instead of the Oak Staff being the final one. I don't know how it's going to work when we get to the Chapter 2 towns, because then you'll be packing multiple characters. Like, that's when the characters are actually going to start talking to each other, because some of you have already said that in the comments. It's kind of odd how the characters are working solo in their stories, but the thing is, for Chapter 1, they're supposed to be alone. It's Chapter 2 onwards when they're actually cooperating with one another. Formally cooperating, I should say.
Hello there.
This is the Royal Academy, Atlaston's pride and joy.
Sure is raining.
All are welcome to engage in the pursuit of knowledge here. Tell me more. Born and raised in Atlaston, this old widow now visits this place every day in the memory of her late husband. Even after she passes, she wishes to be by her husband's side, just like the relief of the king and queen in the Academy's library. Nope. That was actually nice. Large feather, I can always sell that. Pocket for booze money, you know. Looked like something was sparkling in there, but it's not. Nothing new. This might just be the emptiest place in the game. What was it this time, Cyrus? Psh, I'll pass, buddy. This place is a waste of time. Kinda sucks that Tressa isn't picking up any gold either. Well, any leaves either. So, yeah, I think... Oh. I see you. Thought you were clever, huh? Yeah, I went through all that just for some odds and ends. Subterranean study. When they're easy like this, I kind of expect them to be booby-trapped. A little disappointing. Few levels for Cyrus. I don't know if I'm going to show the fights or not. In case you're wondering what the trade-off is between me showing them and not showing them on my end. So I should have enough for a skill on him. Get Lightning Bolt next. You don't have the budget to afford the bigger spells. So I'd recommend grabbing Lightning Bolt and Analyze first, and then just grab these as you need them. As I was saying, the big trade-off on my part, in case you're wondering, it takes about 10... For this game, it takes about 10 minutes to edit out the random fights per video. And the reason why it's like that is because there's actually a unique sound signature at the beginning of each fight. So there's a special doublet I'll see when I'm looking at the... Well, to summarize what that is, in case you're wondering, I can look at the sound graph, and I know exactly where every fight begins and ends. I don't actually have to spend extra time. So, as a result of that... I'd rather keep the black tire. That makes editing these things so much faster. There are some games where editing is the longest step. This one is not one of them. The thing that does take longer, though, is to actually splice the video together. That's not so... Splicing takes the longest. The thing about that is, I don't actually have to be at the computer. I literally just say, okay, I'm done, splice this all together, and then it takes time depending on how long the video is. And so that takes a period of time. And the thing is, if I'm not cutting stuff out, it will take longer to actually splice because it's a longer video. So that's why when people say, yeah, cut out the random fights, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's going to take 10 more minutes here, but I'm going to save time in the long run. So I want to leave the evasive maneuvers off because I'm actually cool with the encounter right at the moment. There are some places where the fights are really, really annoying where I'd say, yeah, I want those suckers gone. This isn't one. So I think that's all the loot. Except for that one.
Let's see what you got. Bring it on!
Oh, ice! Here's some fruit!
What's it do?
Coming. I honor thee, my queen.
I may want to show this one. 50 JP from one fight. Suck on that. And people say Honda just lame. Granted, they say that because of the way she talks, which, on that regard, I 100% understand. It'd be nice if he actually had concoct materials. Like, that's one reason why I'm not using it as much as I can, just because I'm pressed for materials. I'm probably going to be looking for some off camera, see if there's a good place where I can get large numbers of them fast and cheap. So unfortunately I remember what I was trying to say before I got in that fight. But anyway, we'll drop the save here and we'll knock this guy out. If he brings minions, that's great news for Cyrus, since he can kind of shred them. Just want to make sure that I have analyzed, don't really care about the rest of this stuff. Enemies here are similar to that Beowulf cave place. Okay, out with it, Russell. Why are you going full Orochimaru on us?
What?
I was hoping this was voice so I could take a break. Professor Albright. Are you always in the habit of barging into your peers' offices while they're working?
Excuse me.
My apologies. I would have knocked, but I didn't see a door.
A moment of your time.
Apropos of nothing, mayhap you've heard that a certain tome was stolen from the archives. I haven't the faintest clue what you're talking about.
Come now.
Plain dumb is just going to drag this out for the both of us. So let's cut straight to the heart of the matter. You're a thief, and I can prove it. What? The hells you can?
The truth is...
Unfortunately for you, at precisely the moment you were trying to sneak back with the key. Your friend the guardsman was just waking from his little slumber. That's impossible. That's impossible. He was asleep. I'm positively... Ah.
Aho!
Keep it up on our friend's somnolence, are we, old chum? It was a slip of the tongue, I tell you. I know nothing about this goddamn book.
Is that so?
Figured you'd say as much. Then perhaps you'd care to accompany me to the academy. To prove your innocence, of course. Damn it all to hell. It was the perfect plan. If not for your bloody meddling, I could have had it all. And you forgot the kids and their dog, too. Or I should say the
I don't think this one will listen to
apothecary,
reason.
the huntress, and the merchant.
Here I go!
So, those are water. I assume they're weak to electric, but let's test this, shall we?
What next?
Here goes nothing.
There we go.
An interesting dilemma.
Oh, light! Smite them down!
Thought you had me?
Let's do this!
We're gonna test him with a spear. He should be weak to the staff.
Visits me, letting the hunt begin.
I think I shot one of them with a bow already. Hey, you got a second serving. Lucky him.
Thought you had me? Bring it on.
Now, what next?
I'll analyze him in a moment. I'm just gonna kill his
Letting
little
my arrow
cronies
fly
first.
true.
You know what? Let's shred. Your move. Duly noted. Okay, that did hit everyone. I don't know if that's random or not.
do this!
So real quick,
Thank you!
hey, not bad.
Here we go.
And yes, priorities, I know. Yeah,
That'll
have to leave
do
that
us.
in the comments.
An interesting dilemma.
All light, smite them down.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Just gonna finish this one off. Or not. Okay, I'll rob him later.
What next? So much to learn.
3,000 hit points left,
My
weak to
turn
the
now.
stick.
Thank you!
Okay, Icicle Storm is random.
All right.
It was just luck that spread it out the way it did. Wow, he threw the book at me.
All right. Cool off.
And no, I screwed around too much. Thing is, actually no, I can break him. Thing I'm paying attention to is if you look at the turn order, he goes fairly late next round.
Come in, if thou darest.
I need you out of the way though.
What is the logical course of action?
My focus is unparalleled.
What next?
Here I go! I won't hold back!
Wow. So I'm curious, I'm just gonna analyze him here.
Much to learn.
He's weak to daggers.
Here we go.
This might kill him. No, but he's pretty much there.
Here I go!
So, empty your pockets,
Thank
please.
you!
Nice.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Holding back nothing.
He's not surviving this one, though.
Thou
Except for
didst
as I have theory on to steal from him, it's just I doubt he really had anything valuable. Got some refreshing jam. How refreshing. I swear, I never meant to. I just needed the money.
Just so.
That tome would fetch a small fortune, this is true. And yet you did not for a moment consider the consequences.
Say it is not so.
In stealing that tome, you would steal from our students something more valuable than all the realm's riches. A grave crime, no matter who would perpetrate it, but all the more unforgivable when committed by one who calls himself a scholar.
Thank you.
I'll be. You actually did crack the case of the stolen book.
Indeed.
That I did, and yet I fear this may not be the only volume our friend hath purloined. Russell has already confessed to the full extent of his crimes and revealed the names of his business associates. We need only track down the books and purchase them back. I'll speak to the guard and see that we redouble security of the archives. What's this? It says there's another book still missing. Did that scoundrel, the scholar, steal this one as well?
Actually,
From the far reaches of hell. No, I can assure you that he did not. It's been missing for some 15 years now. Russell's aggressive borrowing only extends some 2 years back.
I see.
So this volume was lost or stolen long before that.
yes.
Right as always, Professor. Pray Care to tell me more about From the Far Reaches of Hell? According to our records, it would seem to be a compendium of ancient rites and long-lost magics.
Actually,
If I'm not mistaken, it was the single oldest volume housed within our archives. Needless to say, it was a tremendous loss.
Most intriguing.
Oh, yet another mystery, it would seem. Professor Albright, the headmaster would speak with you at once.
Is Autumnus?
Again, what could it be this time? Perhaps he plans to commend you for your role in apprehending the library thief. I have no interest in accolades, but if he insists... So there's the money I was complaining about not getting. So keep in mind we have to talk to the headmaster, I think. Yeah, he's up here. And the side quest will appear afterwards. Some we'll be able to do, some we won't. What's kind of interesting is people have spread out all over this game. Some are writing walkthroughs, and that's where I can go to for tips and stuff. Others are doing videos like me. I don't think theirs are as
Professor
organized,
Albright,
though.
as asked, sir.
Anyway, I'm going to take a break here.
Good. Enter. Thank you, Lucia.
Yes, Headmaster. What can I do for you? Something tells me he's not about to offer a commendation.
Professor Albright, a most troubling report has reached my ears.
A report, sir?
An anonymous source claims that you have abused your prestigious position to enter into an illicit relationship with Her Highness the Princess.
Oh. And you believe this report, sir?
If it is untrue, then say so.
Why, it is unfounded, unsubstantiated, balderdash of the highest order.
I would like to take your words at face value, Professor, but I fear the situation is not so simple. A rumor regarding the royal family, even an unsubstantiated one such as this, is sure to spread quickly. If we do not take swift action, Princess Mary's good name could be forever sullied. That is something that simply cannot be allowed to happen. Surely you understand.
And so what do you intend to do with me, sir?
It is not an easy decision to make. Dismissing you outright would be tantamount to an admission of guilt.
If I may be so bold, Headmaster, what about a sabbatical? Professor Albright is put on extended leave, while official accounts state that he's doing fieldwork in a distant land.
What say you, Cyrus? This way, both the Academy's reputation and your own will remain intact.
My reputation?
Do we have a problem, Professor?
Not at all, Headmaster. On the contrary, this might prove the perfect opportunity.
Opportunity? For what?
As a matter of fact, there is a matter which has piqued my interest of late. I was just wondering when I might find the time to do a bit of research in the field. I think I will set forth on a journey. In search of an ancient tome that disappeared 15 years ago. Besides, if I am not permitted to share what I have learned with my peers and the public, there is little point in continuing my research here.
Is that so? Do tell, Professor. What is it that you intend to investigate?
As regards a certain tome. Now, if you will forgive me, I must begin packing for my journey. Good day to you, Headmaster.
An enigma as ever, that one.
Professor!
Oh, Cyrus, what is it?
I heard that you were leaving the academy.
Then you heard true.
Professor, I'm so sorry.
I see. So you were the source of the rumor.
You knew?
Not until just this moment, when you apologized. And yet, I cannot fathom your motive. Why would you tell such a terrible lie?
At least make it convincing.
You're always helping Her Highness, answering her every question. I just wanted you to pay more attention to me.
And that's why you went to the headmaster.
Yes, but I just wanted to get you in a little trouble. I didn't think they would. I am so sorry, Professor. Can you ever forgive me?
Worry not, my dear. It just so happens that I was looking for a good excuse to go on a journey.
You were?
For some time now, I've wanted to travel the realm and see what can be learned beyond these halls. I dare say the timing couldn't have been better. You see, there's a certain matter I simply can't wait to investigate. So fret not, my girl. If anything, you've done me a favor. Besides, I am not entirely without fault in the matter. Indeed, I have not been as attentive to you as I should. Had I realized your true intention sooner, I would not be in this position.
Professor, whatever do you...
If only I had realized how devoted you were to your studies, my dear girl.
My studies.
I have always striven to treat all my students equally. And yet, Her Highness is always eager to ask questions, and I was all too eager to answer them. In doing so, I may have given the impression that I favored her above you and the others. This was not my intention, but I am at fault all the same. Yes, if only I had seen you for the ardent and devoted young scholar that you are.
Professor... Perhaps you're not quite as sharp as I thought you were.
Yes?
Never mind.
In that case, I should be off. Pray do not shirk your studies, my girl.
Yes, Professor. Will I ever see you again?
Only through bars.
don't see why not. Provided we both still live.
So just remember, this could be worse. She could have went on Twitter and called him a pedophile. So we'll leave town, trigger the side quests. Oh, we can go out this gate now.
Now, I must find out all I can about From the Far Reaches of Hell. My erstwhile colleague, Odette, knows more about arcane studies than anyone I know. Last I heard, she sojourned in Quarry Quest. I should begin my journey there.
Lucia, I presume? And so Cyrus left the academy behind, in search of the lost tome from the far reaches of hell. What dark secrets might its pages hold? Only the gods know. And probably the demons too, you know? It's their place. But anyway, time to go back and get some side quests. $42. While I appreciate the number, what is with these people? Are they that poor? So first things first, we're gonna do what I've been holding off on doing. It's this building. Cyrus out, Therion in.
That's right.
There's nothing better than seafood to go with a good drink. Even them brainy scholars will agree with me. Every morning, this fisherman hauls his catch to the castle town of Atlaston. He takes the leftovers to the tavern to have it cooked and enjoys the fruits of his labor alongside a few drinks. Yoink.
Hello.
Senior's taking an interest in Max. You're not like most of the scrawny weaklings around here. An old mercenary who spends most of his day in the tavern. He claims the liquor calms his nerves, so when summoned by his employer, he reports for duty with staggering steps. I can relate. It's not even a very good axe. The iron armor can come in handy, though, because someone should need that. Empty pouch? Seriously, game?
Hello.
You're gonna do me that way? I designed a new model of windmill, not to boast, but it's far more efficient than the ones we already have. Alas, for some reason, nobody's willing to give it a try. I could say these people are fortunate, but everyone's stuck in their old ways. If only I could find my first customer, I'm sure my luck would change. So he's part of some side quest, but I don't know what. Man the Frostland's attempting to design a new kind of windmill. For a time, he was apprenticed to an inventor while pursuing his studies. He specialized in improving upon established designs, making them cheaper to produce or more efficient to operate. I'll take your soul stone. Oh. Hey, if you don't want any trouble, hand over the rock, buddy. So Han should be strong enough to actually fight that guy back in Boulder Fall. I'll take your odds and ends too, kiddo.
Mind me.
Stupid piece of sparkle. This crest won't even buy me a proper drink around here. What, you think it means anything, that useless thing? Sure, it was meant to be part of something once. What does that mean? Nothing. Brotherhood don't fill your belly. Terrible Drunken becomes incredibly violent when deep in his cups. For a mercenary, he knows all too well how to hurt a man, and his rampages have led him to be cast out from many a tavern. His sole prized possession is a small gold medal. I'll take your soul stone and your earring. Milo's tips are never wrong, and that's the god's truth. The last batch of wares he told me about, I sold in a single morning. Milo says he has a business opportunity, then I listen. Merchant who spends a disproportionate amount of time loitering near Milo in the hopes of obtaining profitable information. Tries to do so by deliberately bumping into him and striking up conversations about nothing in particular. I'll take your shield, your pointed hat, and your vest. Since he was a wee tot, my son's dreamed of traveling the world in service of a knight. Says he doesn't want to be a knight himself, just a squire. It's a rum notion for a lad to get into his head. Truth be told, he's not fit for anything else that I can tell. Quite possibly the most spirited woman in town. Gregarious and assertive, the townsfolk see her as a leader. Her somewhat quiet son, however, tends to follow the pack, much to his mother's dismay. That was kind of risky. I like when the bard tells us new ballads. We just heard one about the legendary knight Sokrath, how valiant and noble he was. When happy, she jumps in the air for joy. When sad, she slumps to the ground in dismay. Her sole dream is to become the realm's greatest actress. Though her friends sing her praises, the greater world knows nothing of her talents. Still, her talents are undeniable, and if given the opportunity, she will seize it and never look back. Unless we steal her talents here. We cannot steal her talents, I'm afraid. Oops. So real quick, I'm saying on 12,000 gold.
Greetings to ye.
Shall I tell you a secret? Truth is, I've been asked to cook for the king himself. I do not lack for confidence in my skills. Alas, I cannot seem to get my hands on the ingredients I need most. I want only the best milk, crab, and eggs. What a coincidence. But I'm not going to give that to you yet. The finest chef in Atlaston. When he worked at the palace, his cooking could please even the pickiest eater of the royal family. Now, in pursuit of making the finest food, he is very particular about his ingredients and has difficulty finding them. So, new hat. And for that, I'll give you the stuff, free of charge. Thank you. At last I can cook a meal truly fit for a king. Behold, my newest specialty, crimson crab pie.
Oh.
What a scrumptious aroma. Might I have a taste? Wait, I know you. You're famed throughout the realm for your discerning palate. Why, it'd be my pleasure. Why, this is absolutely delicious. Simply sublime. The rich and savory taste of the crab melts perfectly with a thick, buttery pie crust. It's wonderful piping hot. I have no doubt it would be just as tasty served cold as well. But of course, after all, there's no guarantee the pie won't cool by the time it reaches the king's table. I can see you've thought this through. This is a dish I'd love to share with my fellow fine dining aficionados. Why, it would be an honor. So real quick, have I got you? That's embarrassing. Problem solved. I once served in the household of a noble family. A small home for one feels terribly small and cramped in comparison. My master was generous enough to bequeath me an invaluable inheritance, memories of a loving family, a place with a noble legacy, and a symbol of my service. I have hidden it for safekeeping and record the location in my journal. I'll be taking these records.
Good day to you.
That old chap there was once in the service of a highborn family. He has a notebook he took from the highborn house. It's his prized possession, they say. Well, he doesn't have it anymore, buddy. A well-mannered woman who treats everyone with such kindness that some men have grown infatuated with her. She's completely unaware that these admirers have misinterpreted her actions and even fought amongst themselves over her supposed affections. For the most part, other women pity her a lot and think the men utter fools. Kind of odd she has an ice soulstone, huh? It's almost like they're saying she's cold as ice. A kind-hearted, albeit inexperienced professor at the Royal Academy, folds easily under pressure. Deep down, he's a passionate individual with a dream he wishes to see come true. All he's got to do without his plum.
Aye, aye.
You better repay me what I'm due. Your debt's only going to keep growing at this rate. Your parents must be weeping in the afterlife to see you like this, Professor. You spineless weakling, good for nothing but cracking open books. A miserable moneylender who looks for easy prey. Once he discovers his chosen target's weakness, he exploits it for a quick profit. Having never succeeded in his studies, he now holds a personal grudge against anyone who looks the least bit intelligent. So I imagine I'm gonna have to beat him down. I think I can take him.
Good day.
I'm a teacher at the Royal Academy. You may call me Thrasio? I'm afraid that I'm being hounded by nasty, vicious moneylenders. I never paid all my parents' debts, but the interest. They always claim that I haven't paid all the interest.
Good day.
So there's probably another way out of this, but hey, if violence works, who am I to argue?
Now, let us hunting. Let the
I
hunt
just looked at my
begin.
health. Crap.
Sorcery. Let my arrow fly and true.
Okay, the damn cat
I
can
will
hurt
not
him,
be
but
my
he's
friend.
just not choosing to.
Let my arrow fly and true.
There we go.
Let my arrow fly
Break.
and true. Let come.
I don't have one. It's the best I can do, I think, is the Sand Lizard one. Ooh, you know that
This
hurt.
fight is courage.
What do you think you're doing? You plan on sticking up for this useless milksop? I know that you've been illicitly inflating the debt that is owed you. Yet I've continued to pay you all that you demanded, not wanting to give you any chance to dirty my father's good name. But I have paid you more than enough. Or should we take this to some greater authority and see whose side justice comes out upon? Fine, do as you please. Thank you very much. Your courage inspired me to find my own. It's time that I propel myself to pursue my own dreams. I have been thinking for some time that I would like to set out on a journey. There are so many poor children in this world who cannot get the education they deserve. I want to change that. And I will begin right here in the Flatlands. I will embark on a journey to teach the poor children of these lands. So, he's now on the move. Hanet's a little banged up, but I can always patch her up. I think that's everyone here. Now that's everyone here.
Hello?
You spoke to him already. Jack is earring.
Greetings.
Ever since I read a book about knights, I've dreamt of becoming a noble knight squire. Core, I love knights, don't you? Their fancy armor and jaunty plumes atop their heads. All I need to do now is find one in need of a squire. I don't know if I've actually found one yet. I haven't really been keeping track of my quests, and they're not they're not organized here with the Dan. We can go back and get her real quick. I don't know about that one yet. Rite of passage. So there were two ways to do this one. You had to find the boar information or bring him the tusk. That one I think I can do. Bouncer, I can do that one. That one I'm struggling with. So yeah, we can wrap up a good number of side quests this video. Say that Russell turned himself into the guards and confessed his crime. With a little persuasion. Although he would be the first person I've ever heard of to confess while unconscious. Believe it or not, the cops will accept that. A young man who wants more than anything to help others, proud of how his father supports public figures from the shadows, he strives to live up to his example. Should he follow his footsteps, no one will ever know how instrumental he is to the success of others. So he wants to be a hero, is what you're saying. I'm taking this balloon, damn you. How much is that even worth? You can keep the blue.
Listen.
Taking your soul stone and your light soul stone. Your sleepweed and your Avalor. Yes, I will not pay the 5 leaves for that.
How are you doing?
An avid reader spends most of her waking hours in the Royal Library. She would rather read than eat, and once neglected to sleep for 3 days, too absorbed in a good book. She claims to have inherited her love of literature from her late mother.
Greetings.
This tome, The Ancient Capitals, contains record of an ancient city of gold. So this is one I can't do yet. Look, do you see an entire city where everything is made of gold? I wish there were more details about it, but it's only the briefest mention.
Greetings.
So for that one, we either have to take her somewhere or we have to bring her information. That's annoying.
Blazes.
Lost an easy mark. Sucks to suck, buddy.
Hello?
You interested in trading? Because I got an opportunity you might call gold. That's know-it-all Milo. Want to hear it? Of course you do, matey. Of course you do. The Jelly Pino, what? A well-informed man with an uncanny knack for foretelling the future. With his vast wealth of knowledge, he has consistently managed to predict market trends. Part of his talents have reached the ears of the Colzione family, which have taken an interest in him. So what the hell is the Jelly Pino? Sure. I'm just gonna take your seed and your dust and I've discovered another ancient ode recounting the exploits of a knight most sturdy. I'm still working on my delivery. Would you care to listen to some of it? Song of Socrath. A young troubadour who has only just embarked on his journey to become famous. As his own poetry is still lacking, he spends his days wandering the realm and studying the works of the masters. Even when he is simply practicing singing another song, people flock to listen, for his voice is beyond compare. Okay, Therion, steal his voice. Fine, I'll sell for his soul stone. Sad for us, the soul stones are becoming obsolete anyway. So I'm kinda wasting my time with that. I'm looking for side quests, sparklies, anything of value, not seeing anything there. Ooh, he's not here. Or here. Nothing there. I hate this place. At what kind of institute of higher learning do people actually go for an education? It makes no sense, man. These days, colleges are supposed to be the most expensive daycare service known to man. I'll take your feather, your cup, and your pouch.
Hello?
Yoink! With a passion for paintings, this aristocrat spends his time and money collecting art pieces from painters in every region. Eventually, he plans on opening a museum to show the world the magnificence of all the artworks he has amassed. I don't think I can do his yet either. Nah.
What ho?
I collect great works of art, and this particular artist has been a favorite of mine lately. The only trouble I have is that this artist is quite particular and refuses to paint anything but landscapes. Still, I wish I could find more of his work, if only I could track down more examples. And that commences the prodigious painting. Okay, you thief, I'm here to rob you. Wow. Like, this stuff isn't even that good. Like, the elusive shield, I'd say, is the best thing. I'll take that, actually. I got a discount for it. So I'm gonna use that. Wow, she's been using a buckler this whole time. Real quick, what am I actually using here? Yeah, I had to use some shit, that's what I thought. No one there, no one there. No king yet. Maybe not one at all. Steal. Can't believe there's so damn many soul stones. Like, if I had these for that one cave, would have been a completely different story than how it actually did play out. Could have had old Barrack throw those out from time to time, that way he gets some EXP and becomes relevant. That annoys me, man. That's like a kick in the teeth. So, that's everyone, I believe. Okay, journal, side stories. Bouncer I can deal with. We're gonna run over to Honnet's town first, because there's two there. There may be someone here I missed.
Indubitably.
I'm very fond of animals indeed. I know they're all there is to know about keeping them, even wild ones. But alas, these days I have neither time nor coin for such pursuits. So right there, how to train a tiger. A scholar studying the forest and other untamed wilds who believes they should be protected from the encroachment of civilization. Despite his love of nature, animals seem to detest him, and he finds himself running for his life several times a day. So that's all I needed, basically.
Good day.
I'm a student of history of the great houses. Needless to say, history is dominated by these great and powerful families. To understand them is to understand how our realm came to be as it is. So, what do you have? Something about lineage. A historian who carefully researches noble houses, from their humble beginnings to their various deeds and indiscretions through the generations. Precisely why he conducts his research is a mystery to everyone, himself included.
Good day.
So, real quick, if I wanted to buy that, how much is it? Nope.
Good day.
Not happening. Monster tamers have long lived here, making a living as hunters. Folks these days forget the old tales, so I've taken upon myself to remember them on their behalf. There'll come a day, I say, when we'll be needing them again. So, that's another one for us. Teller of Tales in the Woodlands, versed in the history of the beast tamers. To hear the stories, one only need to ask. Taking your earring, and I'll take your grape. I said I'm taking your grape. Nope, not interested in that. Like, I don't really want to pick a fight here because I'm pretty banged up. You know what? So I'm pretty sure I beat this person down already. I'm not gonna waste any valuable things on here. I'm just gonna spam Lind.
What next?
Never mind.
Thou didst fight with courage.
Hey ho!
That's kind of annoying. I don't know where the boar information is. Took the hunter's rights. You're lame, son. Monster Tamer. Have you heard such a tale? Tell the tale of the Beast Tamers. Oh. You'll tell me about the Monster Tamer? Why, thank you, good traveler. On rare occasions, people with power to commune with beasts are born to the people of the Darkwood. These Monster Tamers learn from older masters how to bend beasts to their will. Commune with beasts? That does not sound like father. The neighboring tribe, the people of the Greenwood, also had Monster Tamers in their midst. The people of the Greenwood? Yet tragically they sought to use forbidden magic and lost their minds to monsters, turning on the very people they meant to protect. Crivens, that's it! Beg your pardon for the outburst. Truth be told, I am searching for my long-lost father. He was suddenly taken by a furious frenzy as if possessed. I saw it myself, even as it happened. A giant serpent coiled around his shadow. And the next instant my father was gone. Before he lost his wits, my father would tell all sundry that he was a descendant of monster tamers. I believe now that he resurrected their forbidden magic. According to the legend, the Greenwood tribe was defeated and driven away by the people of Darkwood. So dangerous is the magic that they dared to dabble in. God's all mercy to you. I am one step closer to finding my father. If my father is indeed under the thrall of some beast, I have no choice but to slay his captor. My journey to save my father must continue. Perhaps in our wanderings we shall meet again. But for now, fare thee well. Okay, next location is going to be the sand. We're going to bounce the bouncer. I want to make sure that there aren't people who have appeared since I've been here. I wonder what would happen if you beat down the kid's mom in front of her. Wind amulet's not that good. Lots of junk. Here's one of the things I'm looking for. Yes, I'm serious. Soothing Dust. This is your AoE healing. Unless you have Ophelia, you're gonna need those. Nox Root. I'll take 21 of them.
Hey, thanks!
You here again? Thanks to you, I was able to pull off my greatest performance ever. I was able to dance my last dance in that dress. It was a memory I'll treasure all my life. Now I have no regrets left. In a town where many aspire to reign supreme as the fairest dancer of them all, this blue-haired lass trains relentlessly to hone her craft. The girl with the indefatigable spirit is rarely seen without her favorite pair of well-worn shoes. No, it doesn't really matter. Kinda curious how much it costs here to replace the reputation. Where is the pump? Oh, it's the big thing in the back, right. So there were a couple guys in here I still had to steal from. Arcane Glaive. Wow. Yeah, I'll give that to her. You're the bartender. Fix my reputation, man. And right back to square one we go. Some refreshing jam. I'll probably end up doing some of this off camera later. Coin. So if I wanted to buy that... Ooh, it's not for sale. Give me the Wind Soul Stone and no one has to get hurt. So before we do what we came here to do, half tempted to beat her down for that. So you're the bouncer, right? This'll be a tough one. I'm game.
Now, let us hunt him. What next?
Ooh, bad news for you, buddy. That's a little bit of a punch.
Come in, if thou darest.
So you can see that the healing one is a lot more valuable than the SP one. It's just I don't want to mess with my accessories at the moment. Too drunk to move, man. This is a
Come
duel!
in, if thou darest.
Step it up or step out, man! Okay, now that was just rude.
Beginning.
You left me with no choice
Let it come.
but to beat you with this ugly stick. He's still standing, which is a little impressive.
Come in, if thou darest.
Mossy meat. So am I able to use items on her, actually?
What next?
So I actually didn't even have to bother going to get that mossy meat.
Let my arrow fly and true. Let the hunt begin. Come in, if thou darest.
If only I had an ugly stick lying around.
Come in, come in.
I don't want to waste my Highland Goat on this, that's the thing. Rock Tortoise. Dude has a lot of HP.
Letting the hunt begin. Letting the hunt begin.
This is making me rethink that Daughter of the Dark God or quest.
What next?
The main thing is I want to make sure I go first. Because right here I need to heal.
What next?
Break him.
What? Come.
How does this guy have this much HP?
Letting my arrow fly and true. What next? I will not be thy prey. Miss it.
Well, my evasion is finally coming into play.
Letting the hunt.
Finally.
Thou didst fight with courage.
Sober up and fly right, son. When did my arm get so slow? Have I really been that long out of practice? Well, I'm not having no more of that. It's off to the training yard for me. It was a good fight, though. First proper fight I've had in a long while.
Excellent well.
I didn't think you'd be able to handle yourself that well in a fight, friend. This one here is a right famous swordsman here in the desert. That's why I hired him to guard my shop. Everyone knows him by reputation. No one ever dare start a fight with him that they couldn't finish. And as boredom, he turned to the bottle. But look at you now. You're looking like your old self again.
Thank you.
I think that whooping gave him just what he needed. Thank you, stranger. Then he told me to get out of his sight and never return. Harsh. Okay, next quest. Those two I can't do at the moment. I can do that one, not that one. Okay. Yeah, it's Ripple Tide. We have to get, drawing a blank. Prim. So keep in mind you can complete this quest by losing to him, or we can do it the funny way.
Greetings.
So notice her name. What does she have? Ooh. I'll try once.
Greetings.
You are truly beautiful. You know, my son could use a pretty bride like you. Talk to your son, damn it. I beg of you, Mathilda, have pity on this poor soul. How many times must I say no? Enough, Tony. Haha, we wouldn't told your mom on you. Mother, whatever you... The girl isn't interested in you. It's clear as day. This pathetic display does nothing but bring shame to you and our whole family. You're coming with me, Tony. Clearly you need a lesson on how to treat a woman. Forgive me, Mother dearest. I promise I'll be a good boy. And that's how Tony became Norman Bates. What a pathetic excuse for a man. Keep in mind, if you lose a fight to him, that'll still complete it. I don't know if it changes the rewards, though. That's the flip side of it. Give me Therion and bench Prim. Which one next? Daughter of the Dark God. Yeah, that's the only one left. Keep in mind, it's entirely possible I ran into Lori in an earlier town, it's just I don't know where to find her at. So that's Boulderfall. So these two are in the same place. And then real quick, there are a couple places. I don't have my map handy to know if this is where you find the thief job or not. The one that I want to call attention to is this one. This is not a job one, this is a side quest one. It has a mini-boss at the end of it. Haunted can capture it. It's one of the few bosses you can capture. Very slim chance, but just giving you guys a heads up if you go in there. It's not going to be as easy as you might hope. So anyway, Haunted's at full. Pub's down there. I'll probably just pop grapes, so I'm fine with that. Okay, payback time, buddy.
Standest thou against me? Then be hunted. Letting the hunt beginneth. Letting my arrow fly true.
Kind of hoping he'll use the other move.
Letting the hunt begin.
Stop sweeping and start. Or wait, sweep is a skill move, isn't it? So he actually could have killed me there.
This will help.
This one is definitely going to be an issue, isn't it?
This will help.
Let it come! Let my arrow fly and true.
This will help us.
Letting the hunt begin it. Letting the hunt come. The hunt.
So freaking annoying, man. And remember, this quest is mandatory for the secret dungeon. You are rather skilled in battle yourself. I saw your battle just now. I've been searching for some time for the perfect person. I have also been searching for my perfect mate. But you are not that person. What? He should have golden hair and eyes of the deepest blue. Yes. And despite his name, he would surely never dare to cross me. Yes, his devotion to me would be complete. He would give me everything, his whole life, his life's blood, down to the last drop. And when I find this perfect man, everything will change. The entire world will change. Sounds like our buddy Kid, doesn't it? No, it doesn't seem like you're him. Farewell, then. Wait, but you're my... Thumbs the brakes, buddy. I will not be so easily dissuaded. And yeah, so... Next video is going to be a little bit different. Normally I walk to the next town, but I have something in mind. As for what it is, time will tell. In the meantime, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.